Already, I'm live, I think. Let's see. Somebody will come in and I'll know I'm live. But until then, I wait. I don't want to play music because I got the windows open and I don't want to disturb my neighbors. I could go on another device though. I'll just go on another device and check myself. Wait, there's three watching. Good morning, Hayner. Can you hear me all right? Getting ready to do some dissection here. I've listened to about half of this. I got halfway through this and I'm like, you know what? I got something to say. There's still a lot of weeping going on. All right. We fired his head up real quick and then get down to business. Was listening to something that Luna posted, and we're gonna go through it together.
Last night. Okay, so this one to tell, yeah.
Let me see this. This is PDX versus Tara Bridget Steve Billings on Carnies. So this is a dog pile. Let's listen in.
No, people do that all the time. We all do that. Even if you don't like somebody, you'll go on there.
No, we all don't do that. We all don't do that.
Really? You don't like
All right, that's where it started at. I'm gonna stop it right here. PDX is saying even if it's somebody that we don't like, we all go on their panels and stuff like that. And then I can back it up. But Tara says, no, we all don't do that. Yes, you do, honey. I've seen you over at Mark Terry's many times when you supposedly hated his guts. But let's continue. Oh, and had him on your panel too.
what's his name? Okay, well, we'll get to that in a minute.
No, listen, hold on. I'll ask you a quick question. Where have you seen me, other than the circus and the side chat, and Carnies on panel?
Oh, you were arguing with the Green wife. You were
Oh, Nelly.
Hold on. Let her see. Here's the thing. She's starting to talk. She isn't finished, but she stops her. Let's see what happens.
Yes.
So listen, Nelly is Troll Avenue. And if you don't know about Troll Avenue, then you don't understand why I would have raised Nelly's head. Nelly's from my OG community.
Okay, I get that. So, but what's the difference? Like, really, what's the difference?
Because the difference is I wasn't sitting up there hate bonding with Nelly. I went up there cussing out Nelly.
Was I hate bonding with Kate? No,
absolutely.
When he said, no. When he was saying Tara was calling him a pedo or whatever, I said, I don't think Tara would do that.
I didn't. He made that up.
I get it, but did you not hear me? I don't think Tara would do that.
PDX, you weren't here, obviously, for the beginning of the.
No, I wasn't.
I did hear you say that. I've already acknowledged.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I've already acknowledged that you said that. Okay.
Okay.
Followed it up, calling you a cunt, calling you a drunk, which I'm here every Wednesday, completely sober, so I don't know why I'm a drunk. Sounds like.
Let's stop it right there. Evidently, somebody's calling Tara a drunk, and she's taking offense to that. And that's not the first time that's happened, I guess. But she's sitting there going, "I'm here every Wednesday, so how does that make me a drunk?" Let me rewind that. I want to break that down.
Wednesday sober, so I don't know why I'm a drunk.
She's there every Wednesday completely sober, so she doesn't know why somebody would call her a drunk. Well, let me break it down for you, honey. I won't give you a specific weekday or a time or anything like that, but I can guarantee you all across the country, every Wednesday or whatever day, there's going to be a meeting somewhere of a bunch of drunks, a bunch of alcoholics meeting because they drunks and they ain't drunk because they had an AA meeting. Just saying. Hi, Angela. Let's continue.
With her. Jake said, I don't like you. You said, I don't like you.
Yeah, no.
But there y'all sit bashing. And my only point is, I don't have to sit with my enemy to get somebody in to talk shit for me. Friends I can sit with. And I'm going to tell you something, PDX. My opinion on you started a long time ago to stay true, and that Pollyanna act didn't work on me. And now you're at least being true to who you are and being what you fucking think, saying what you think. But at the end of the day, came into this community and you acted like you want to be the nice person. See, at the end of the day, I've been around everybody. No, listen, you're showing everybody who you are because you're bonding with a man that around. I'm gonna have to move my headphones. What? She's so fucking loud in my ear. I can't even think. You lose my train of thought. I mean,
I wasn't even talking. That was
but you can't. You listen. Let me say
what
this.
it sound like. What it sound like right now?
That's like satanic radio page. Thank you, much better. But Jake,
Pause this for a second. How does German lady come into this? We'll get to that though. Because she's the one that's got the bad audio. But how does the German lady come into this?
it's on this platform after y'all have a falling out. And he starts talking about he's had these phone sessions with you. See the chitties. That could have fucked your marriage up. That could have literally cost you your marriage of 25, 30 years.
All right, I'm going to pause this right here. Now here's Tara up on her soapbox, and she's sitting there talking about some nonsense that had been flying around about Jake. Okay, PDX and Jake, and she's sitting there preaching. Sister Tara, that could have cost you your marriage. Yeah, she's worried about PDX's marriage. Well, if you didn't already make it clear, I know you're going to make it even more clear farther into this video, but PDX is somebody that you don't like. You admitted that you don't like her. So, Tara, Karen, whatever your name is, why are you concerned with PDX's marriage? If anything, you should be sitting there with your juvenile ass back with your mouth shut, laughing, going, yeah, let's see how this works out. Well, we already know you don't roll like that. let's continue. This is fucking hilarious.
Shit like that. Spoke up and said was lying. That was
You did. You did, and I'm always
but no, don't say you always, because I left you alone. All I did was react to a clip, a fucking 5-minute or less clip I saw of Steve on Steve's Twitter. You and Stormy, whatever her fucking Bethany, went over and did a whole fucking meltdown and talked all this shit. And then the next week I came back and reacted to it. And she's like, we didn't do anything. We didn't start this. Really? You're playing the game.
Okay, so okay, let me go back and answer that. So okay, thank you. So then that burns the spirit box.
Yeah, the birds and everything are so much.
I'm outside.
It's very loud. Yeah.
Hold on.
Walk inside or something yourself. Shit.
Well, let me. Oh, it's nice out today, but hold on.
Want me to meet you there? Thanks. Something. It's a show.
Let me go inside, hold on. You're welcome. Don't go to your house. What? He doesn't have.
Again, why is the German lady even involved in this? But I'll take a short pause before I kick the video back up and talk about that. Why is a German lady involved in this? I know you're trying to do drama and stuff like that, but I mean, honestly, and you'll take offense and you'll say, "Oh, Boris this and Boris that and everything else," but really, you suck at it. You failed. You've been trying this for a long time, and I haven't seen any success. I don't watch your channel, but again, this is something where, you know, PDX and Tara are trying to talk. And you got to throw your little 2 cents into it. You got to get in the mix. You should just take a seat. I know you won't, but you should just take a seat. Let these people deal with this. But it's going to get interesting, and the good stuff's coming up. So
Sure. Hold on.
Oh, that sounds much better.
Got it. No, I was walking through.
There, that's much better. Much
Is this better?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Walking through.
I appreciate that.
I'm walking.
All right, PDX, the floor is yours.
Hold on, I gotta go back and listen to myself.
She's gonna walk us through.
Oh my God.
Shit.
We were talking about Jake could have possibly
Okay, so yeah.
ruined your marriage.
Okay,
You paid me, I'm the drunk cut, while you sit there.
Can I respond?
Yes, I was helping you, hey, listen, hold on, I was helping you come up to present time and,
I got it. No. I got it now. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Now, I've always said about you, Terry, you know, you'll say when right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay?
I try,
Yes.
I'm not always right,
But,
that's a misunderstanding when I'm
I
right.
really never talked about you until you made a comment, you know, without finding out about that stroke and stuff like that. You're like, oh, and PDX was back there sitting there and she didn't do nothing and blah, 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 blah. You know, I was like, I was dealing with my stepdad's death and everything else. I was taking care of stuff and I was gone for a month. You know, and for somebody to jump up and just start saying that, didn't know, I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, come on.
It was literally corrected within the first 5 minutes.
Okay, I didn't hear that or see that. I don't even remember that part. Okay?
My chat corrected me, and I even said, I have no idea what's the context to this. I got this from a clip I seen on Twitter. Right, that's what I said earlier about selective jury.
all right, let me comment on this. I'm not going to roll it back. Hi, Bogey, by the way. I'm not going to roll it back. But here's the gist of it. She's sitting there and she's getting on PDX for saying something to her. But she started it, she just admitted it. She started it based on something that she had heard through the grapevine or whatever you want to say, or seen or whatever. But she didn't even know it was true, but she opened her mouth about it. So then PDX responded, and then Tara took offense to the response. And I guess that's how this all started. So, you know, it's like in the medical field, when you have something wrong, you try to treat the root cause of the problem, not the symptoms. And so the root cause of this is Tara speaking on shit she should have kept her mouth shut about. And I get it, she's trying to be a drama queen, but let's continue.
That's what I said earlier about selective jury. Like, if you react to me, at least listen to me.
And if you're going to react to something you heard, then at least make sure your source is credible and verifiable. I mean, as you say, fair is fair.
Because I never once said I had all the facts in that situation.
I didn't talk about it. Why
Oh my God, PDX, it's fucking.
See, now she just goes off the deep end, because when PDX says, well, then why even talk about it? And then she just fucking, oh my God, PDX. She just made my case for me. I mean, the thing of it is that, and I seen this, I'm reacting. People will like it, people won't like it, whatever. It really doesn't matter. But Tara, don't come on the internet presenting as an adult when it's clear you just want to continue to act as a juvenile. Just like you berated PDX saying, don't come on the internet trying to be a nice woman when I think you're not, when my opinion is you're not. Where she's demonstrated throughout this conversation being respectful to you and everything else. And you've let her talk somewhat, but you've really been kind of consistently shutting her down, cutting her off. Well, let's continue.
Why
Oh my God, PDX, it's fucking YouTube.
Oh my God, PDX, it's YouTube. It's YouTube, so you should have thick skin too. Hold on, let's do this again.
We all do things on here because it's YouTube and it's fun. Okay? We don't talk about something or we talk about other people. Absolutely.
We talk about what's going on the platform. Absolutely. But I'm still gonna call it out when you sit there and you and Jake call me a flipper and a blubber. When I'm sitting,
Did I call you
I've been,
a flopper? Absolutely not.
I've been friends with these people 11, 12 years.
Yeah, I didn't, but I don't care about that. I didn't call you a flipper or a flopper or anything like that.
You agreed with him and called me a dumb, drunk cunt.
Oh, that she sensed it because she agreed with him when he called her a drunk, dumb C word. Oh, you know what? We better call the president, Tara, and get a federal indictment on PDX for speaking her opinion. If you're that fragile, sweetie, you really need to go somewhere else and find another hobby because it's obvious you can dish it out and you can't take it. You want to sit up on your high horse and be critical of everyone else? Okay, I'll do the same thing, but I don't need somebody running a show or running a channel for me or running a stream or whatever. I can do it all by my lonesome. But we'll continue. This actually gets more ridiculous.
Actually, I'm not interested.
So I guess if it,
You're a little slow.
yeah, I'm a little slow. Damn it.
No, actually, what I said was, I don't know if you're maniacal, which means you're intelligent and manipulative, or if you're slow. Because gaslighting is a real thing. To come in and be like, oh, I don't know that. That didn't happen. I don't know.
That's the thing. As long as I don't know.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say a lot of stuff that you guys are accusing me on, like, J-Max doing this, whatever. Really, I didn't know. Okay, and I'm not trying to be stupid or anything like that. A lot of times, if it doesn't involve me, I don't.
I got to stop this here for that. It's a steel wall. I didn't know that J-Mac was doing this and stuff like that. Well, I know we've covered this before, but PDX is J-Mac's wife, not his mommy. Okay, but let's continue. I got to remind people she's his wife, not his mommy.
No, okay, and I'm not trying to be stupid or anything like that. A lot of times, if it doesn't involve me, I don't pay attention. But now I've learned to pay attention.
Ow.
No. And you're the one that was like obsessed.
And then she said, I've learned to pay attention to what's going on. So actually, with that statement, she's being subservient and she's still trying to be, quote unquote, a peacemaker.
With my vagina, remember, for a whole year?
Dick said Jay Mac doesn't know you're alive. They know you're alive now.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know who this is. I think it's Carney, because I think this is coming up from a stream hosted by him, and he's like, well, I don't know the guy from Adam, but he's like, well, does your husband know you're alive now? Bro, why do you care? Again, why is everybody concerned with what's going on in their marriage and all this other stuff? If y'all don't like the woman and y'all don't like the dude, I don't understand that. Make it make sense.
You're alive now.
I don't know. Yeah, you probably did.
Sweet, you're crying about Magda talking about your vagina.
No, I was laughing. I was laughing. You know, I even said, I'm like,
Really? Seriously? You're crying about somebody calling you a drunk? Let's continue.
Magda, get your head out of there. I mean, we laugh about it. It's funny, but for a grown woman to be obsessed or talk about another woman's vagina for a solid year, I mean, come on.
PDX, I'm sorry, you don't understand Magna. Magna's obsessed with everything. She is still obsessing about things with me and Lindy 10 years ago. But you'll learn.
But wasn't your bestie Stoney presenting her with an award?
Oh my God,
Yes.
that's terrible.
Oh yeah,
That.
she did absolutely. See, I laugh about the shit now because it is funny. You know,
I really don't think y'all laugh about it, because if y'all laughed about it, y'all wouldn't be over here braggadociously talking about how y'all are the ones that took Steve's channel down.
Now that's
I gotta stop it right there again. Nobody took Steve's channel down. Steve took his own channel down. You guys can whine and cry, whatever the case may be. Steve took his own channel down. And I'll entertain the fact, because I don't know for sure who it was. I sent plenty of law enforcement. Yuck, yuck, yuck. But if it was J Mac that did it, well, maybe he got tired of people talking about his wife. Maybe he got tired of that. So just understand, Steve took his own channel down. Nobody did it. He allowed the angle for the long form to happen.
that's fucking.
I'm not over here crying about that.
Thanks for bringing that up.
So
Me
that,
and Steve, you know that me and Steve went at it because of you, technically, like because he would fucking sabotage me when I was like preaching the gospel. I was up there for a month preaching the gospel and fucking Steve. But and now you fucking stab him in the back because he was literally the one that pretty much kept you guys around.
See, I don't even know why German lady's up here again. Let's continue. I got to continue, or I'm going to start saying things that are really going to make people mad.
Like kept you guys around when a lot of people didn't like you, and that's how you do him. Like he called you his friend, and that's how you do him. And
So again, who says they took Steve's channel down? Did you hear me?
but you were like taking credit and we're boasting about it, and
And that German lady, and she has said, "Oh well, everything that was going on with me, and you don't expect my husband."
no, and not only that,
I did say
I
that.
remember what I heard.
PDX, didn't you like say someone is some people that support Steve are supporting like women women?
Yeah, that's what she said about me. Thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you. Yes, and I even said, Tara, I'm like, I said that was a very sensitive subject.
Before we get into this, I'm going to break this all down, and this is basically just statements of fact. Because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors being employed in this conversation, and these ladies, Tara, the other ones that are involved on this, German lady to an extent, you decide. Y'all look real dumb with this, dumb, 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 and I'm going to point it out. Let's continue.
Because I know what you've said in the past.
Just
So.
because I went through something like that doesn't mean that women don't lie on men. And we all were able to watch Lena. We were all able to watch Lena. We were all able to see the situation. Everything that
All right, before we get into that part of it, she said, we were all able to watch Lena. We were all able to see the situation. Yeah, no, yes, to a certain extent, no. You seen what you seen online. You didn't see what was going on behind the scenes with those two. You didn't see what was everything that was going on behind the scenes with those two. You didn't see what was going on behind the scenes with them when they were met up. And I also will point out that when Steve first came along, he was Mr. Nice Guy, and now he's Mr. Dickhead. What an evolution. But we'll cover all this later, but I'm just setting the stage.
Situation, everything.
You know, changed about Lena.
Well, I don't know what happened in 1972 yet. All I know is all charges were dropped.
So why not? I mean,
All charges were dropped.
Well, I do know what happened, and it wasn't 1972, Tara, but I do know what happened, and I'm going to lay it all out. And I won't listen, but I'm sure you'll have something to say about it. Let's see you walk through this one.
So if the court didn't find him guilty, where is it my place to find him guilty?
we need some minutes to that.
He has nothing to do with what. Oh my God, how
There, Tara goes off the deep end when PDX points out straight up back. She says, "Well, he admitted to it," and she starts going up the deep end. Sorry. Sorry. But anyways, he did admit to it. As a matter of fact, he admitted on police reports to prior domestic violence accusations. So even if he did not admit to directly what went on with one woman or whatever, doesn't matter. There was one before that if it wasn't the same woman. I've seen the police reports. I've seen the court documents, Tara. Okay. You may not have. I have. I've seen them. I know what the deal is, and I'm going to tell you now.
Oh my God, because the only thing I was ever admitted to was that he was charged with inciting fear. Steve, come up and correct me if
I could be wrong then. I could be.
Steve's getting ready to bring himself up. I do know that because I got this far into it, but it was a good hit. But I'll explain to you the situation in a nutshell with the domestic violence and everything else. The charges got dismissed, and the reason why the charges got dismissed is because the victim didn't show up to court. And it's typical. That's standard, that's common. The fact of the matter is if you look at the police reports like I have, he has admitted to prior accusations of domestic violence against a female. Now, I'm not a big Lena fan or anything else. But once you involve her and then the one before her and then the one before that one, if the two before Lena, if that's not the same person, that might be the same person. The time with the phone cord, there was a time before that, and the stuff that was done or accused in the time before that, he admitted to. So the reality of it is the charges were dropped with the phone cord incident because the victim did not show up. That's standard court procedure. Now, he can't turn around and say anything about that. And I'll repeat this again. He cannot say anything about that because if he does, then that's a problem too, because it's witness tampering. He can't say, well, I told her I'd beat her up, and she probably didn't go because she was scared. She's probably like, if he'll leave me alone, I'm just not going to go. But see, he can't say anything about that because that would be witness tampering, depending on what he did. What's happening, monkey boy? Well, let's continue this. It's crazy.
Could be wrong, I'm sorry.
PDX, you knew of that when you met Steve. Like you knew of all that. So it's not like a new thing that you knew that.
No,
All right, German lady says, well, you knew about that. Well, you knew about that. Well, so did Tara. How come you ain't saying that to her? How come why are you rolling the way you're rolling? You supposedly a woman, right?
I get that. I get that, but everybody wants to bring up like my history, my past. Who cares what I did, like you guys say, 20 years ago, 10 years ago?
Yeah, but you didn't.
I actually don't hold anything against you from 10 or 20 years ago. I literally start judging you from the moment that Barbie baited you and took the bait. That's the moment.
Oh yeah. Barbie baited you and you took the bait. That's another winner right there. That's another drunk that's says swearing sobriety that's not happening. There's no sobriety there, only in her mind. Let's go.
And I nothing. No, I had no opinion of you until then because
I'm just trying to let you know I had no opinion of you until my drunkard friend did some stupid catty juvenile stuff, and I played judge, jury, and executioner on your complete character based on that sole event. Because that's how us Southern gals roll.
of you until then because Barbie, you're the one that went live and was like, "We got you, Sarah," and saying her last name wrong. Like, "We got you." Like the seething in your
Okay,
voice, like
Actually, yeah, and that life she's still up, okay? So you can say baiting me or whatever, okay? But I never doxed her. Everybody knew her name. You can't dox somebody that
Yes.
everybody goes by and knew her name was Sarah.
No, I did not. I did not know her name. I'll be very honest.
You
I
can
did her first
absolutely
name.
read
I
off
heard about her
somebody.
first name. I never knew her full name to then, and I knew of her since 2020.
And I'm not sitting up here standing up for Barbie. I'm just saying you use it's
Okay,
called
listen,
listen, hold on, PDA. It's called semantics because you are using the fact that you mispronounced her last
I
name.
did. I absolutely did. I
So
said it on
therefore
purpose.
you did dox her.
I hate to break the news to you with this doxing thing with Barbie, but it's a mute point. She's been doxed out 7 ways from Sunday. Anybody that didn't know who she was would have found out who she was anyway, because the way Barbie rolls. And again, if you're on this life-changing journey of sobriety, you wouldn't be here doing the same bad things you've been doing. And I could put people in front of you that's been programming for decades that will tell you the same thing. And more than one of you needs to start going to AA meetings.
Okay, doxing to you guys, to me, doxing is when you're dropping somebody's address, public address, or dropping their
Like,
phone.
like,
Can I talk? I've been talking. Now, hold on, let me say. And so only 3 people knew that I said that pizza. So I went live. I didn't say anything. Well, Barbie come in there. And
Is that you, Bridget? Is that you, Bridget? Is that you, Bridget?
yes, me too.
What's up?
Oh my God. Now here Bridget comes in. I don't know how she ties in, but boy, oh boy, is Tara all excited. Here you are, honey. I never could figure that out. What is that, Tara? Is that you like trying to imitate that hooker in that Vietnam flick? I don't know. Let's continue though. .
Fran, question, ask away, anything you wanna say?
I just, cause he's such a terrible man and, had those charges on him and all that. And, when things would go bad for you and you'd be on a panel in
Yeah, Bridget, he is the terrible man. Well, let's continue.
Pittsburgh and you'd be in a little trouble, the first thing you would do is, somebody get Steve, where's Steve? You always run into Steve behind the scenes, you and Stoney with all your fucking.
Okay, absolutely. Steve was my friend.
All right, she admitted to that, but I'm gonna stop right here. Listen, Bridget, everybody runs to Steve, so or used to run to Steve or whatever the case may be. So, there's been a whole whole nonsense. I don't even know what to call it that goes on behind the scenes. So everybody knows that. Come on. But let's continue.
Stoney with all your fucking.
But
He was, excuse me, he was a good enough, and I don't give a fuck if you gave him back double the money. He was a friend enough that you can go to and borrow some money that you needed if he had it. Right. So tell me again how bad of a person and a man that Steve Billings is. That you got, excuse me, I wasn't done. Yeah,
you're just waiting to react.
when you could have turned your ass around and walked the fuck away if we were all so goddamn vile.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, your husband's dropping the most vile fucking videos I've ever seen, to be honest with you. His little clips and things that he did about all the women over here. But tell me again how vile we are.
All right, now I haven't seen any of that. So if it exists, I haven't seen it. So, part of this is part of this going on. I don't have knowledge of, but I'll let it roll.
Well, all right, and how fucking gross Steve Billings is. Go ahead. I'll wait for you to finish that for me.
Okay, so I thought Steve was my friend. I really did. Okay. And I did go to him, borrow money. Absolutely. Okay. I've always admitted to that. But why would he turn around and tell people I borrowed money?
Oh my God, it's literally, listen, PDX, do you know what it means to take accountability?
I think she does, Tara, because throughout this entire conversation, anything that you guys have brought up to her, she's taking accountability for it. So I don't even understand it. You had mentioned selective memory or something like that. I don't know what's going on. And did you forget the conversation here? Have you been paying attention? Do you need to go back and review this?
I answer. So why?
Before I let it roll, do I got to define accountability? What is she taking accountability for? She made a statement that obviously she wasn't pleased at the fact that he disclosed that he loaned money to her. How is that not taking accountability? Would you want someone to, share something that you may not want shared? Would you have something to say about that if they did? Oh, I know you would, because you can't hardly shut up.
From him.
Yeah, after, oh my
No,
God.
no. It was not after. It was not after.
All right, so who did he tell and where did he tell it?
Yeah, I have to
Oh,
shut up right
fucking, what's that person's name? Stu the New was coming to my chat and saying that, oh, you borrowed money from Steve Billings. Kept saying, I'm like, yeah, so?
Because weren't you guys in a fight and he posted on
No.
Twitter?
No, we're not in a fight.
She always.
I haven't been in the fight with Steve until after all this stuff happened. Started happening.
Hold on, Bridget, I appreciate you coming up here because she just spent nothing but facts and she always starts in the middle.
That's not
Starts in
real.
the middle, just like she did with me. She starts.
She didn't start in the middle, Tara. She answered the questions that you guys hit her with them, and she took accountability for everything. And again, the only thing that she said or made issue with was the fact that Steve disclosed that she borrowed money. So I don't see a problem with anything that she did. I mean, I've given money to several people behind the scenes, and I don't say nothing about it. I don't feel the need to say anything about it. I know of one particular person I gave money behind the scenes to long ago, and they ended up turning on me. They don't like me. And I still don't talk about it. So let's work on adulting and understanding what accountability really is. Okay, let's continue.
He can say it.
I've talked with those two, and I mean, the only thing, Tara, the only other thing they can do so that you can get it in your dense skull is that they are one, they are a unit, they are a couple, they've been married for decades, they are happily married. The only other way they can get that into your skull is to charter a plane and have them painted in the sky for you because they've preached that in unison. So they don't need to take accountability. You need to recognize that fact because you're trying to tell them something you're not accepting. I know that's way above your head, but it's the facts.
You can say it yourself, and you can say Steve even said it himself. Steve didn't have YouTube's attention until you racked out of going over there and hitting report, fucking writing down timestamps and going up there to trigger people to say
See,
things. And you're
that's
fucking
something
going
new.
up there and showing a GUN. Well, y'all hit Steve's fucking.
Simply put, they could not get up there. Steve or whoever was in control of that channel didn't let them up there, Bridget. Simply put, if Steve was not doing things or allowing people to do things on his channel that were a violation of terms of service, none of this stuff would have happened. It's the nature of the beast with channels that do this.
Yeah, that, it's you.
Because you're talking about freaking
have
something there, right?
And she has defended it. How many times do you think you're gonna?
What up? All right. Steve's up. He's gonna start and then I'm gonna respond to that. But before I can continue, one of the things I've seen that's a repeating theme is this us and them thing. One side's got, one side takes offense at being referred to as us, but then they refer to the other side as them and vice versa. At this point, it is us and them. And I'm not saying I'm us or them or whatever. I'm just saying us and them relative that you have a couple that's in unison. So they are an entity, they are a group, and then you've got this juvenile group over it, this group of adults that act like juveniles over here. Okay, so it is in fact an us and a them. So neither side should be making issue with that. But anyways, let's hear what the big girl's got to say. Here she is.
Two things that I regret the most. I wasn't pushed out of my character. Like I said earlier, before I was seasoned, I would get worried up. I would get flexed. Barbie flexed me really.
All right, Karen, just get.
You were pushed out of character. So is this an act? Is that what you're saying?
Hold on, let me see it. Basement and broke. Right. Jake drove me insane. He drove Lisa insane. And we finally fucking snapped. And all I said to Jake was, prove you had a daughter, prove you are anything but a troll on this platform. And those are my two biggest fucking regrets.
I'm not a huge fan of Jake, but why does Jake have to prove anything to you? See, you stepped in it when you brought that topic up. I never stepped in it with Jake, and me and Jake's went back and forth. Maybe you're not as smart as you think you are because you stepped in it, Tara. As soon as you brought that up to him, as soon as you threw that in there, then it was a wrap. And he drove you cuckoo, and then you sit and admit it. You better go back to troll school, honey, because you this big bad troll that got triggered by another troll. Mm-mm. That's bad. It's bad.
So what I said,
You know, you could say sorry even if you blow dirt into the wind and say it's up. You know what I mean? Like that fucking vile shit that fucking guy did. He just said sorry, so it's all good now. They're cool now. So you could get the same.
Well, they're not.
That's all.
and honestly, I can't fucking stand Isaac. I've got so many reasons why I can't fucking stand Isaac. But at the end of the day, what Jake did with like calling the kids school and everything else, like literally he gave Isaac the win. I couldn't even
That's what I was just saying. I'm not a huge Isaac fan either, but I can admit that he makes some interesting points at times. But you gave Jake the win when you mentioned what you mentioned. So you just spelled out what you did, and then you start talking about Isaac doing the same thing. You know, the whole situation. You just gave him the win, honey. Honey.
win that shit. I just had to be like, yep, can't do about it because I was saying
Good morning, Elaine.
so,
Yes, you can sit there and say that wasn't me, that wasn't me, that wasn't me, right? But you put everybody together over here. They're all vile. They all this, them all they. They're all what? So
Well,
why can't I do that to you?
Okay.
well, let's actually.
I'm saying them, and that doesn't mean all of you, so you really took out of,
Well,
context.
these people, we know these people. Let's give Steve a chance to react to what you said since he came
Yeah,
up.
I'm gonna stop.
Welcome to the panel.
Like a.
I just found out today that PDX and Stony and J-Mac were over there ragging on me and teasing me because I went through stomach cancer.
What?
Where?
PDX. No, wait, I gotta think that's a lie, because PDX is a cancer survivor.
I wouldn't do that, Steve.
I just read it in the side chat.
Oh, and who said that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay, so Steve jumps on and he says that he just heard that day that they were making fun of him having stomach cancer. So PDX says, you know, a little bit of chatter goes down, da 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 da, this, that, and the other. Paris says, oh, I don't think she would do that. She's a cancer survivor herself, this, that, and the other. And anyways, PDX says, okay, where'd you hear it from? And he was like, oh, I don't know. So the thing of it is you come up on panel and you say, I just heard that you were making fun of me. And then when she calls you on it and says, where did you hear that from? Who said that? You say, oh, I don't know. Is that selective memory like Tara was saying before? Because I mean, if we're going to apply it to them, we got to apply it to everybody. I mean, what's fair is fair, right, Tara? What's fair is fair.
that. They talked about it. Like, come on, you guys.
Who talked about it?
Stoney and J-Mac. And
Well,
I'm like,
there you
come
go.
on.
So they were.
And you as a cancer survivor, you are.
I am a cancer survivor.
Yeah.
I'm not doubting it. I'm not doubting it.
Uterine cancer, right, PDX? Uterine cancer?
Yes,
That's terrible. That's a hard treatment to go through.
Oh, yeah, well, Tony lied about that.
So Kathy Rebuilds in the side chat is asking me, did I admit to violence as PDX claimed? What violence?
Yeah, that's what she said. She said
I didn't say violence.
no, PDX. You said that Steve admitted he was violent and
I'm gonna stop this right here before it goes on. Again, I've seen a bunch of police reports involving him. And yeah, he did admit to domestic violence towards a woman. And whether it be to Lena the second time or the first time, he admitted to it to the cops. He sat in jail for weeks. Really? The whole deal was if she would have showed up, he would have got prosecuted. She didn't show up, so they dropped the charges.
To his ex,
No, okay, I said, I thought, and then what I said, you guys can all go back and re-listen to it, this is what I said, I go, cause you said something that I said,
Somebody go pull it back.
go back and listen to it, I said, I go, I thought he admitted
Every
the
single
cable.
time.
You didn't say I thought.
All right, I'll do it. Right now, I will admit to violence. I have been in more bar fights than you motherfuckers have seen on fucking TV and the movies. Yes, I'm a violent motherfucker.
All right, you heard it right out of the horse's mouth. Billy Badass 1%er. Okay, tough guy. Let's raise some money for charity and let's do an MMA match and raise money for charity. You and me, nobody gets money. All the money goes to stomach cancer research or the charity of your choice. But yeah, the winner gets the charity of their choice. If I win, the winnings, the money, whatever, it's going to go to an animal charity. If you win, it can go to whatever you want. Cage match, 3 5-minute rounds, just like the MMA, no gloves. Let's do this, tough guy. I want to see that 1%er in you. Let's do this. Get at me, dog.
But I never called you by it.
Have I ever been convicted of putting my hands on a woman? No.
Yeah, actually you have. But anyways, let's continue. Like I said, I've seen the documentation, dude. And I know where to get it if I needed it again.
Not once. It's the fucking truth. And they're going, well, look at a hold of your fucking ex and fucking interview. And I say, go right the fuck.
Yeah, she's not going to say anything because she's terrified of him.
Charges were dismissed.
Okay, see, the thing is that
They were dismissed because the victim didn't show up in court. He sat in jail for weeks.
doing that and saying, oh, Steve did that.
No,
Hold on, let me.
okay, go back and listen.
Steve did this and Steve did that, even though he claimed we were friends. You never once did anything to shit on her as a friend. While her husband came up and did everything he could.
Not once.
Your
Not
fucking
once.
ass down.
Not once. Not once.
Oh,
Not once. Well, her husband's best friend was giving an award to Magda for talking about her nasty, gross vagina for a year straight. And J-Mac was doing live streams calling his wife a slut and a whore, defending PDX and saying, hey, don't judge her by J-Mac, give her a chance.
That's true.
Steve,
Dumbest fucking thing I ever did, because this bitch is...
No, you weren't. Call bullshit right here. No, you weren't. What it was is you're an opportunist, Steve. I seen exactly what you did. You're an opportunist, and you knew that PDX was polarizing and the women didn't like her. And you knew that by letting her come around and letting her be berated on your panel and stuff like that, that was going to bring numbers to you. You knew exactly what you were doing with that. You ain't friends to nobody. And any of these silly freaks that think you're your friend, that you're their friend, they're sadly mistaken and will be in for a rude awakening when the opportunity presents itself. Because you, my friend, are an opportunist. So, like I said, put your money where your mouth is, Mrs. 1%er. Let's get in the cage. Now let's continue. Yeah, that's you got to use the C word and just lace everything with profanity. Mr. Nice Guy. Remember when you oh, Mr. Nice Guy? You're a lot like Tucker. Well, the OGs have been around. No Tucker. You're like Tucker 2.0, dude. But I seen you from jump, from the rip. So
Stupid cunt.
Okay. Is she, hey Steve, here's the question.
high flower
Is she,
child.
The one pure hurling insult.
is she slow or is she?
I took so much fucking heat for giving this stupid bitch a fucking chance.
Quit crying, dude, because now you're just crying. It's just flat out crying. I already pointed out what you were doing. So get off your soapbox and stop crying. You're the victim. You've been playing the victim card ever since you trashed your channel. You're gonna cry and tell bitch.
She's slow or is she manipulative?
Okay, Tara's wanting to start the dog pile. She's like, "Hey, it's not getting hot enough in here. Let me feed the fires. Let me try to get Steve to get the dog pile going."
She tries manipulative. She tries
I
to
think
gaslight. She tries to, redirect and misdirect and over people with their brilliance, but really she's dumber than a box of hair.
You're not real smart in my eyes, Steve. And I would say you're dumber than a box of hair, but you ain't got no hair, bro. But I'll sell you some if you got, well, you ain't got your channel no more, so you can't afford it. All right, let's continue.
When when Jay and everybody was attacking you, Steve, didn't I say, hey, Steve's my friend, and I tried staying out of that. Okay, no, I did.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, it's called good cop,
Yeah,
bad
I'm sure
cop.
you did. I'm sure you did. You weren't participating in them group chats and those phone calls where they were fucking perpetrating this fucking.
What about the group chats and the phone calls that you participate in, Steve? You and the other people. What about those? I bet you don't want to talk about those. And the thing of it is when PDX done put you guys on the spot, yeah, you had to admit it, but you didn't like it. I mean, you can hear it in the inflection in your voice. Same thing with Tara. You guys need to grow up, seriously. You won't, but you should.
My life, that's not true.
Speaking of fake, what happened to the Mr. Nice Guy Steve, huh? Remember that, Steve? That fake ass persona that you were rolling with? You didn't have everybody fooled. Even Lisa seen past it. And Tara and those guys, they dog Lisa, but Lisa's smart enough to see past it.
Motherfucker. It's fine. No, it's viable in this relative. Most times.
Wait, it's.
As the other motherfuckers they dealt with in other dumbass fucking communities.
Yeah.
And they think that we don't catch on to what the fuck was really going on the whole time. And they did. And that's why we were like, Steve, what the fuck, dude? You know better. And he did kept giving you a chance by yourself and not connecting you to the bullshit. And he already knew what was going on, but he let it ride because he didn't give a fuck.
And I don't care if it, I don't care if it was.
Sorry, but if he didn't care, there's been an awful lot of belly aching coming out of his corner since he lost his channel. And let's have no illusions, because I've been around for a while and I've watched a lot of stuff. Steve Billings is an opportunist. That whole channel basically came from G Mangoes, from home base. It was derived from home base, and then once G died and got real sick and everything like that, and wasn't active as much. Yeah, that's what created it. Homebase created Steve's channel in this area, and Homebase also created Abe's channel. And everybody that's been around knows that because that's where they all got their start is on G's channel. But let's continue. Let me take another hit so I can cough some more.
J-Mac or if it was Ike that took the asylum down, it was a fucking hater. Put your fucking
Actually-
tongue under the fucking.
Okay,
And all I'm saying is, I don't care who it was, whoever it was.
I'll tell you who it was. I keep telling you, and you guys just don't listen. The person that took the asylum down was Steve Billings. He allowed a violation of terms of service to happen on his channel, and that's why he lost it. And if there was several or one or 27 violations, he allowed them. He took his channel down. Read terms of service. What do you not understand?
If you're a fucking jealous, great ass bitch, drink your haterade. Jake Mack admitted that he sat there and flagged and flagged and flagged and flagged. I believe that's what probably happened, and Isaac is trying to take credit because Isaac wants to be relevant in some possible way, even if it's all free. The town.
Steve even said that Sarah and Larry had a
He's gonna give J-Mac fucking credit, dummy? Do you think he's gonna let J-Mac take that fucking W? What are you, stupid?
No,
Actually,
he's gonna
I take that back.
Yeah, I'm stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid for you to actually keep saying that. Well, Steve even said, what's Steve gonna do? Said there, yes, guys, you know what? J-Mac did get my channel taken. Why would he, what the fuck? Why would he?
And not to mention, but they're the ones that's been saying they don't want to be over here. They don't give a fuck.
Fucking
They don't
me.
want nothing to do with
That's the
all of
thing.
us. But you're constantly over here. Yep.
She's constantly over there. And why is she constantly over there, Tara? How did she get up on this panel? Who let her up on this panel? Everybody's crying and complaining about what she did over at Steve's or whatever. Who let her up on Steve's panel? I guess this is Carney's panel. Who let her up on Carney's panel? You guys are all screaming bloody murder about PDX. You don't want her around. You don't want her around. You guys keep bringing her up on panels. Make it make sense.
They don't give a fuck. They don't want nothing to do with over here.
Mentioning my name. Yeah, I like seriously.
You really think we are that fucking dumb, eh?
Yeah.
Some side back doing stuff.
Listening to the live stream, probably through the fucking headphones.
Oh, no. I see you guys don't, and now I'm saying you guys, the people on the panel.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you right now, you call me a liar. I did not. I don't even follow it. So I didn't even know.
See, now the difference of it is, if she wasn't being talked about, whether she was sitting there, and I don't know what the story was on that, but whether she was sitting in the side chat, lurking, listening with headphones, or someone told her that they were talking about her and she went over there and looked for herself, if she wasn't being talked about, she wouldn't have went over there to begin with. It's just that simple. There's certain people on YouTube that I don't talk about. I never mention their names because I don't want them over here. It's not that I won't feud with them. I just don't want any interactions at all with them. So if I don't want any interactions with them, I don't talk about them. And if they speak about me, I don't care because I'm not around looking anyway. And if they say something derogatory about me, I don't necessarily have to fire up a live stream or get all worried up or worked up or whatever the case may be, because I'm an adult. I can look at it and say, whatever, who are these people? They're just people on the internet. There's people that are quote unquote your friends that you've been friends with for 10 years that you've never met. Are they really your friends? You'll figure that out when you start adulting.
So who told you that your name was mentioned?
Why would I tell you guys?
Well,
Somebody that, listen, it was somebody in my group. There you go.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this on a very serious note here. I have a very serious question for you, PJX. Is it strange and awkward for you to hear J-Mac mumbling in his sleep? I wish I was Steve Billings. I wish I was Steve Billings. Is that strange?
I can guarantee you, I'm pouring some milk right now. Steve's trying to take his little shots. I can guarantee you J-Mac is not worried about Steve Billings and talking about him in his sleep. I mean, let's face the facts, Steve. You know, let's face the facts, Steve. He went through a horrific medical trauma. I give you kudos where kudos is due. I don't think there's a lot of people that could endure what you went through. The fact of the matter is you're a feeble old man. You're probably on an ostomy bag, or you got something else major going on as far as your medical thing, and you're stuck like Chuck. I'm not making fun of you. I mean, the situation is pretty easy to see. For you to leave the house, it's probably a pretty probably takes a little bit of effort, a little bit more so than normal, and you're not in a good way. I don't think that J-Mac, I mean, I've seen him on cam. He looks pretty healthy. I don't think that J-Mac is not even remotely worried about you, dude. Honestly, he seems like a pretty cool dude. I think that even if by the off chance him and PDX parted ways or whatever, I'm pretty certain he wouldn't have a problem finding a woman. I mean, I'm not sizing him up or nothing like that, but you know, he's got a lot more going for him than you do, my friend. So I don't think that he has ever thought about wanting to be you. That's just your ego. And I know you're trying to just pound on PDX and everything like that, but listen, and this is part of it too. You're not realizing something. And this is what I admire about PDX. Throughout this whole thing, she's handled it very cool and calm, and other people been yipping and yapping and getting all worked up. And she's handled it very cool and calmly. So if you want to talk about you being the man per se, looks to me like there's a new sheriff in town and you got a problem with that. Let's continue.
Steve Billings. Wish I was Steve Billings. Is that a strange word? Jealous? Want to be another man so desperately?
They had a panel full of like 3 other people, 25 watching. He was
Bridget's in my side chat. Bridget, I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you about this because I listen, honestly, I feel you're a sensible woman. I think you're a nice woman and stuff like that. But you know, I'm just at this point on this stream, I'm just reacting to what I'm hearing because I haven't this portion of the stream I haven't even heard yet. She was just fine with Steve knowing all this to be his friend, run to him for help many times, and then asked him to even borrow money. Now he's a bad man. Okay. I'll address that for you. I'm going to read it again, and then if I take it out of context or whatever, then I'm sure you'll correct me. She says she was just fine with Steve knowing all this to be his friend, run with him for help many times, and then ask him to even borrow money. Now he's a bad man. Well, see, here's the thing. You got a good point. Yeah, I know, Bridget, and I appreciate that. The thing of it is this. Should PDX have borrowed money from him? No. Should she have chummed up with him and stuff like that if that's the way she felt about him? No, she shouldn't, honestly. And if that's what she did, then she was wrong. You know, the big part of what I'm doing right now is to point this thing out. Is it's like, okay, and I'm gonna use you and them or us and them or whatever, so you'll understand what I'm saying. If your side does not want them, then she should be blocked. She shouldn't be allowed on the panel. Okay. And most, if not all, your people don't like me, but I don't go over there. Okay. I never really went over there because I don't like Steve. I've never liked Steve because I've seen him for what he is. He's Tucker 2.0. And the OGs that have been around know what I'm talking about. But for the most part, I keep my mouth shut. But no, she shouldn't, if that's the way she felt about him, she shouldn't have cozied up to that situation to begin with. I fully agree with you.
They would build it back their own fucking asylum. Lady, the people you have.
Doesn't the other J-Mac that I did in 3 years what he's been desperately trying to do in 20 years?
Ow. Ouch.
So,
That's right.
yeah, J-Max, now let me answer that. J-Max has been on here for, since 2006, okay?
Yeah.
But when I heard,
Austin said, Bridget says I don't do sides. She came in, she knows she's not liked and took that link. She does it all the time. Yeah, I know. I know, Bridget. I know. I cannot, the point you just made, I cannot defend, but let me say this real quick. See, I just had a troll account come in here and they said something as Mr. Good Guy Steve would say, vile and disgusting about PDX, his anatomy. And I could let that go and then the trolls would come in and do it more and more and more and everything else. But I hid that user because the thing of it is if I let that go, technically that's a violation of terms of service. And I don't care about this channel, but I'm not going to allow that to happen. I also don't do rats to sit and wait and watch and report a channel this week. I haven't even done that to Ryan. Yeah, I get that, Bridget. But the thing of it is the tools are there if you want to use them. Whether you use them or not, that's your prerogative, okay? Believe me, if I got upset enough, I would report somebody, and I have reported people in the past. And honestly, I'm a moderator on a big channel. You'll never find the channel, but I'm a moderator on a big channel, and I'm going to rogue mod it. And the reason why I'm going to rogue mod it is because of his attitude towards females. Again, PDX knows Magna says it all the time, and guess what? She gave her a wrench in her chat and tries to make her be her friend. Well, if that's the case, and that's something, I haven't seen that, and I'm not like deflecting or saying, oh, I don't know, or whatever. But if that's the case, if that's the way she's rolling, that's a mistake. But that's something that she's going to have to learn. Do I see some naiveness in PDX? Yeah, I do. Let's continue with this. So we're like 2/3 of the way through. I want to get through this. You can't block all my accounts for us. Sure, I can. Just like I did this one. Good luck. See you in a minute. You'll run out before my finger gets tired.
Realize this is for him, so nobody. You're really. YouTubers.
Well, I can tell you this, little Miss Bridget. Here, hold on. Give me 1 second. I got a direct message from you, Miss Bridget. I look like death warmed over. I got bedhead because I just woke up and my hair's in a ponytail. Well, just so you know how I roll, Miss Bridget. So just so you know how I roll. I don't know that J Mac has done all that yet. Let me see. I'll read it again over and over just to get the channel. This week they say because it's so viable. J Mac has made the most vile. Even about me, he's a dirtbag, but I know how you roll, Boris. Yeah, you know how I roll. So guess what? If I find out that he's rolling like that, he's next. So I'm gonna turn my cam off because it look horrible. Yeah, it should be off now. For any of you all trolls, I just went shopping. So if you see all the groceries on my counter, it's because I don't have all my canned goods put away yet. So run with it. Uh, I'll get some of the princess later. I don't know what she's doing right now. I think I can't see her. I think she's either in my bed. Now I gotta find out where she's at before we can. She's sleeping. She's in my bedroom, laying by the bed, sleeping. I'll get her out though. Here, let me continue with this. I want to at least get through this stream. Speech.
So can I answer?
Here, PDX.
Can I answer?
Sure, make up a good story.
I'm gonna have a story. Okay, so Jay came here.
Check your DMs. I even bet you $100. I don't even know how to check my DMs. If somebody's got some smoke, they just just hit me up on my email. But I'll try to find them. I don't really mess with this stuff too much, so I'm a little rusty. But I'll have to look for my DMs. It should be interesting.
It's just videos, okay? It's
Yeah, nobody cares, nobody cares. Can you speak of friends, 2020, please? Don't put me upset. Okay, next fucking retarded can
Steve, you gotta calm down, dude. It sounds like you're about to stroke out. Seriously. Oh no, I'm not saying that, Bridget. Sure, if somebody's got something to say. I really don't. I usually don't check them, so I don't like playing it behind the scenes nonsense.
If you want to tell us about something, tell us about the day that garbage fucking crushed his spine and his soul and his brain and stole his manners. So now he spends eternity saying he was Steve motherfucking Billy.
So I think with that little exchange right there must have been some kind of accident or something that got Jay back on disability. So, if talking about what you went through was taboo, why are you throwing shots at what he went through, bro? That's hypocritical as hell.
think you're all that. And at least we were
I am all that. Ask your husband. I consumed his life.
had no
Have stolen the last 9 months of your husband's life. What do you think about from the moment he wakes up to the moment he goes to sleep? I not only stole everything from him, I stole his life.
he's all I think about the wake up. You just said, J-Mac, pretty much all you think about.
Gee, I think about J-Mac about 3 minutes a day while I make a fucking meme.
Because J-Mac and Stoney went at, yep, okay, yeah, you're right, because they talked about that. So nope, can't dog Steve for that. J-Mac opened it up, so it's fair game now.
I think about J-Mac about 3 minutes a day while I make a fucking meme and post it on Twitter, and that keeps him busy talking about me for the next fucking 72 hours straight. What are you talking about?
You know, I've said this before. And the thing about it is whether I'm using PDX as an example, but whether it be PDX or JMac or whoever it is, making memes about people and talking about them on their channel a lot and stuff like that. If you don't like them and you don't want them to succeed, their channel to succeed and stuff like that, all you're doing is blowing wind in their sails. Believe me, I could have went way harder and got way bigger and been more popular if I would have continued with Elbow and continued on and on and on. But it's just a bunch of negativity, and all you're doing is blowing wind in their sails. There's 28 people in here, 27 people in here right now. And the majority of them, probably 80 to 90% of them, are haters that are just blowing wind in my sails by sitting here. This channel isn't monetized anymore. I used to have monetization, but I lost it due to inactivity. All you're doing is blowing wind in my sails. The only thing you'll get out of this is you'll be able to piss and moan on a live stream and have something new and fresh to talk about. Other than that, you're just blowing wind in my sails. I benefit more from this than you would. But I don't care. But I just got to point that out. And what's up, Aaron?
Okay.
You know that every time you walk by him, he's mumbling my name. Which he really oh. You know it's true?
If that helps you sleep at night, then go ahead and think that.
Oh, I sleep fucking great. Are you fucking kidding me?
But I heard
I don't think you sleep great right now. Because your entire life just went down the tubes because you were stupid. Let's continue.
Butterfly pill is stuck right up under my
I sleep like a fucking baby all night long. 10 hours fucking straight. I'm a professional fucking sleeper. I'm damn good at it.
But like I said earlier, PX, you guys did him dirty. Like you and Stoney, like J-Mac never really had that big of a connection to Steve. But you and Stoney were, I remember you guys were calling him a
And let me tell you
fucking-
what.
Wait, hold on.
I never called him a woman of, so I even never called him a straggler or anything. You guys were doing him so fucking dirty. You were celebrating his channel gone. You said, "Oh, we are the new this and that. We're gonna do this and that."
Okay, again, I gotta read quick.
You know, here's my challenge. Here's my challenge for you next. I challenge you and J-Mac to do what I did. You motherfuckers can't. You aren't smart enough. You aren't entertaining enough. You don't have enough fucking moxie. You don't have enough people who respect you. You two fucking retards cannot do what I did, and it boils your fucking brain.
I hate to break the news to you, Steve, but it's not boiling her brain or his brain that they can't do what you do or whatever. And I agree that they can't do what you do because you're pretty much housebound and they get out and do stuff and have hobbies and activities. So they don't have time to sit on the internet 24/7. And as far as the Stoney thing goes, I don't know her. I have no idea what she's about. I don't even know what she looks like, bro. So I can't speak on that. But I clearly see that J-Mac and PDX has got hobbies. Just saying. You're right. They can't do that. They just don't have the time.
Why?
boils your fucking brains. It boils your brains. The jealousy that oozes out of you retards because you have been trying for 20 fucking years to be who I already was. Retards.
It's hard to do that.
Retards, you can't. You try it every time you go live. You
Steve, I hate to break the news to you, bro, but there was no live streaming on YouTube 20 years ago. This is what, 2026? Yeah, there was no live streaming on YouTube 20 years ago. Good luck with that.
clean, snowy, and I did because either one of you fucking retards will ever be half the yeah.
Shit.
That, what are you that? Just admit it, you're not talented enough to fucking do it. Just admit it. You tried, but you can't.
It doesn't take talent to do what you do, Steve. All it takes is a phone or a cheap laptop or a Chromebook or whatever, and the willingness to engage in a bunch of drama, primarily the lady drama. That's all it takes. And one of the most OGs, it's even more OG than me, coined the phrase for this type of activity. It's called going after the low-hanging fruit. Anyone can do it. The problem is year after year, it gets harder and harder because of terms of service. So everybody that's doing it's on borrowed time.
If you start talking about numbers, J-Mac does.
J-Mac's number is 12. That's how many people he gets in his side chat. Or we could go 6, the number of people who actually type in a side chat.
And PDX, when you was reacting to me, you got so super stoked that you were like, woo, we got 34 in the side chat.
I was being a smart ass.
Oh, okay.
It takes a J-Mac a month of live streaming to get the numbers I got in one fucking stream. That's just a fact. Go to his YouTube channel, fucking look for yourself. He has to do fucking 14 fucking live streams to do what I did in 3 fucking hours.
I tell you,
Who brought up numbers in this whole conversation? I don't know. Boris looks like they went after him. I don't know, chimping the whole time. I don't know who's supposedly chimping. Steve's chimping. That's for sure, but it's my opinion.
well, hold on, I'm gonna tell you what. Carney's got 70 sitting in the fucking side chat. When we're done, I want you to go live, and I want you to put mine and Steve's name in your title, and then I want y'all to talk about numbers. Numbers are fucking stupid.
I don't even have, so if I want to split numbers, I don't even have to put your guys' name in there. I just have to run a hate stream. It doesn't
Numbers
fucking
are-
matter.
Hey, you
That's
know
what
we need the
happens when
numbers.
there's a hate stream or when there's drama, that's where the numbers go up. Absolutely.
Well, you did hate stream on me, you had 34 people in the side chat.
ADX is absolutely correct. All you got to do is just bring a little bit of drama and you'll get numbers. I really don't even stream. I got 32 in here right now. Most of them are haters. I'm sure of it.
Yes. I was outside and somebody in my group called me and told me that PDX said my name on the panel. I wasn't listening or anything, I swear to God. But I just wanted to come up and find out why she said my name.
I didn't hear her say your
Are you
name.
talking shit about Larry, PDX?
She said something about me and Sarah.
Okay.
Fine.
Finished, but
Well, I listened to the stream and probably about, well, he must be referring to this stream, and I've listened to the first half twice, arguably 3 times. I didn't hear her mention his name, but God forbid you mention somebody's name. Let's hear what's really got this one going.
but I figured I'd come up and she would finish what she was saying. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, PDX. You admit that you came up on Steve's just to get me and Sarah triggered so we would say some shit to
No, I never said you. Sarah, absolutely. I could trigger the fuck out of her.
Well, why'd you come up going bitch, calling me a bitch like that was the last time?
She did that so J-Mac could be firing off the fucking timestamp reports while she was up there doing it. They're a team. They do all of this together. They pretend they're two separates and they live in separate sides of the fucking house, but it's not like they live in a fucking mansion. You see one of them walk behind the other one's fucking camera fucking times. I mean,
But PDX, do you understand how ridiculous that sounds when you
All right. Steve said something. He's like, yeah, they're working behind it. They're working together as a team, they're husband and wife. And she went up there and, so she could do this, and this, and then he could get the timestamps for the long form and everything else. Well, you know what? I don't know that that happened or it didn't happen, but if it did happen the way you said it did, Steve, that's par for the course. That's trolling 101, bro. Welcome to the void. If that's what they did, they executed it with perfection. I'm sure they got high grades in troll school for that aspect of trolling. And then Bridget says, also, Mr. Boris, I am not a super hater. No, I know you're not. I know you're not. We continue. I'm sure if you had an issue with me, you'd let me know about it. So
come in and say I was outside, someone from my group hit me. Thinking about me. Yeah.
Play devil's advocate here, and I will say that a lot of stuff that I see is because my phone chimes and it's a group text telling me, "Oh, did you hear? Did you see? Here's a clip." So that does happen for me. So
Yeah.
it's possible that it could happen for
no
me.
one has to ever tell me. I'm out here on these YouTube streets 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I see every fucking thing with my own goddamn eyes.
all right, so here we got it. Tara's got a big group behind the scenes that they're tackling about what's going on in YouTube. So even though they've got full and productive lives, and they got it all set up so they don't miss a word. Steve follows it up by I'm on the streets of YouTube or trolls or whatever. He's 24/7, so they're all in. She says, of course I would. I am now. Do you want a link? I'll give you a link. But I'm not I want to get through this stream and get on about my day because I'm wasting a lot of my time on this, but that's all right.
Said, feel like
I got 4 different live streams set up on 4 different devices with 4 different accounts logged in right now.
definitely just silent for it. Fuck you, fuck. All right, well, it looks like I'm not gonna be cooking my shrimp, sausage, creamy fettuccine pasta, cause you bitches took it on 3 hours. I might have to order a pizza.
Yeah, it's
Get you a pizza and a 12 pack.
one up tonight. Please.
Wow, Corny, we barely played any game, but what a show.
At least I came up where fucking 8 didn't.
Yeah, you asked that shit. You gave the show PDX. What would we do without you?
No, but listen, I will say at least PDX had balls, Abe. You do not got no
No, I know that, Bridget. It's all good.
balls, Abe.
Yeah, you can't take that away from her. PDX will fucking panel up.
Yeah, yes. I appreciate it.
And you'll damn sure give her the link and then complain about her being up there.
So see, we can agree to disagree.
Right,
You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's all agree to disagree. Fuck it.
I cannot concede, Steve. I cannot do it.
So you're gonna disagree to agree to disagree?
I'm going to stand on ground that I cannot agree to disagree.
That works for me.
I disagree.
I figured you would. I figured you would.
Is that still here? Come on, Ed. Bucktard.
I always wanted to talk to Tattoo from Fantasy Island, the fat person.
He ain't coming on me.
Listen,
That's it,
there's
Carl.
there's three and
Let's talk
a,
about the blueberries.
Go ahead, Carney.
it's 3.5 hours. I don't know what the fuck we're thinking up here.
And listen, I don't care what anybody thinks about me, that I am happy that Dana is doing it up on Abe. If you ever lived a year in the life of Abe's attack, maybe you would understand.
Oh, can I say before I drop down, Marilyn Knight, that's the reason why I came on panel in the first place.
Oh, okay.
It's very easy for people to tell other people to move on, to
Yeah.
stop talking. Like, who the are you to tell anyone when it's time to move on or to let go or stop disliking who they dislike?
Or
Stop.
how to handle the situation.
Yeah.
We all handle it different.
Like he said, like you have like hate boner, you talk about Jake, you talk about so now it's a problem. Now all of a sudden it's a problem. She has reasons for it. We all have
I'm crying, but I'm not crying. I'm just trying to.
we don't
This community is fucking dead. I'm sorry. I don't know the best I can
to shut up.
give
We
you
don't
guys
tell
fucking content.
Well,
We don't
listen,
tell Mike to shut up about Isaac, do we? Like, do we tell him to let go? Do we tell other people to let go? Like, it's very easy to say when you're not emotionally involved.
Exactly.
I have a question for Steve.
You really shouldn't be emotionally involved in every person who crosses your path and on the internet. I mean, that's part of the problem right there. There's plenty of people that dislike me. I can assure you, I don't lose a wink of fucking sleep over that.
Exactly.
I have a question for Steve.
Exactly.
Okay, what's your question?
Okay, so Steve, apparently, PDX said borrowed money from you. Did you tell anybody
Yeah.
before they pulled that shit?
Yes, that's what she said earlier.
Absolutely.
No.
Really? So
Who
before.
did I tell prior to me live on the asylum saying in PDX, with this recent fucking bullshit, the Bank of Steve Billings is closed. I will no longer be borrowing you money.
That's how I.
Did I ever say anything privately to before I said that publicly at the asylum?
I don't know what she's gonna say on this. The only thing I got to say is simply this: if you loan somebody money, if you gift somebody money, and you fall out with them, that's tacky as hell to rub their face in that. Just saying. If she paid it back, I don't know if she did or she didn't, but if she paid it back and then your feelings changed towards her, you should have kept your mouth shut. And then if she came to you again privately for money, you should have pointed this shit out to her and sent her on her way. Let's see what she says.
Great things. I was never, me personally, had never heard you loaning money to anybody, actually. And then they pulled their shit, and then you responded and said, "Don't ask the."
But now I'm gonna say no. He told somebody because even before we were fighting. Okay, I want to say maybe not a couple months, but it was this year, probably early on this year. So somebody found out, and they have
Did you
become.
screenshot it? Did you record it? You got proof of it?
Did you tell me or Jake?
Actually, yeah, I got
You know,
my license.
that didn't happen. No, I never go to nobody and say that you're decent or that did not happen. Now, several times that I have heard you and J Mac on panels talking about if we ever do borrow money from people, we give a little kickback, a little thank you for borrowing us this money. Where I side chat, yeah, that may happen. That or not, because that may have been something that would have typed in the side chat if you guys were on panel saying that. Raised my hand and said, "Yep, that's the truth. I can verify that." But no, I didn't go behind the scenes. And if you know me, you know I ain't really like that. I'm more of a fuck that, I'll do it in fucking public type of.
I can't say that, Steve, because the thing of it is you played the Mr. Nice Guy role. You're Tucker 2.0. You played the Mr. Nice Guy role. So are you the nice guy or are you the mean fake 1% biker? I, I don't know who you are. Of course, I haven't spent nearly the time that she's probably spent on you, but still, I don't know who you are. I don't think any of these people know who you are.
Fucking public type of guy.
Well, it was whoever Stu the New was, and yes, I have to go back and look because I don't delete my stuff. Who's ever called me a liar? And he was in chat saying that. Or she, Stu the New. I didn't even know who the fuck Stu the New is. Well, let's talk about you borrowing money from Steve Billings.
Hey, well,
Yeah, that might have been after I said the Bank of Steve Billings is closed to PDX at the asylum. I don't know. But I don't even know who Stu the fucking New is, so how the fuck would I tell Stu the New that I fucking borrowed you money?
See, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know who that person is. But they came up. I'll find it. Betty, don't call me a fucking dummy. I'll go back and look at my shit. And ungrateful fucks, period.
Why? Wait a minute. Slow down, pump the brakes. Why does it even matter? Well, why does it even matter? The facts is I did borrow you money. You did pay me back. That's cut and dry. That's the end of the fucking story. Who
Well,
gives a
I
fuck?
think it had stuff to do with she was saying what happened to your friendship, and that was one of the things that she listed is because
No, actually, what it boiled back to was that she was saying, yes, I borrowed out money from Steve. And then he went behind the scenes telling people that I borrowed money from him. That's basically
No,
what
No, that's not true. That's not true. You ain't gonna find ain't nobody gonna step forward with any behind the scenes fucking receipt of me ever fucking whining about borrowing PDX money, telling people that she borrowed money to try to set up some type of malicious attacks on her. That never fucking happened. Time I've ever addressed it has been in public.
I don't do that.
I don't have to do chaos. I don't have to try to set people up behind the scenes. I am very secure with who I am. I know who the fuck I am. I am very secure with my moral compass. I am very secure with my beliefs. I am not afraid to share my opinions with fucking 1,000 people, 10,000 people, and I don't give a fuck if every one of them disagrees with my thoughts or my opinions, because my thoughts and my opinions are fucking.
Absolutely. Now let me ask Betty. Betty, how am I a liar? You hear my phone ring? So
Do a
Betty,
lot of gaslighting.
I'm just wondering, right? I mean, come on.
I am coming on. I'm really not trying to attack you. I'm not trying to
6 minutes left.
little you, but my observation of you is what's given my opinion of you, and you absolutely do a lot of gaslighting. That's why I don't think you're actually retarded. I don't actually think you're slow. I think you're very calculating and manipulative, and you know exactly what you're doing. You came from Noodles. You came.
Let me shut this down for a second. Hey, she's going on this big monologue about this stuff. All right. It sounds like a wine fest to me. But if she's maniacal and calculating and manipulative and everything like that, she's a good troll. That's the characteristics of a good troll. So stop fucking whining about it. You came from Troll Avenue, remember? What the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously. You bleed hypocrisy. If she's a troll, stop whining about it because you're a troll. That's what you claim. That's your claim to fame.
You came from Noodles. You came over to this community.
Actually, no, I don't come from Noodles. I was around during Cab 7 in Green Bay Wacky, okay?
No, that's not.
But that's where he was also first before he came in.
Yeah, that's not Boyd.
Wait, nobody around here gives a fuck. Have Senator Green Bay wacky.
Nobody
Yeah,
likes
that's
a
what-
fuck.
That's not, that's.
Yeah, nobody cares. They're irrelevant nobodies. Where'd they?
If that's the case, why did you have to point that out? All she said was is where she came from or whatever. So if they're irrelevant, why are you pointing out to us irrelevant people that there's someone else that's irrelevant? What's happening?
They're irrelevant nobodies. Weren't they up over there like Sick or Rumble or Live or some shit? They're fucking. They're funny. Nobody gives a fuck. All right. Why don't you live with them? Nobody cares.
Say you were already over here. They are not Troll Avenue. They are not.
They ain't from around here.
They're
No,
not
I
around
go
here.
around, okay. I
So
look
no.
around.
You went and you hung out with Noodles. You
And he
met.
was over there with Noodles when he was
Yeah.
swatting them and stuff.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the panel, Stitches. Larry.
I can tell you who Student New is. Isn't that Larry's buddy from the asylum?
Oh shit.
Student. Oh yeah, that is Larry's buddy, ain't it? Right. I just want to understand something. So PDX, you say that you and J-Mac are two different people and y'all blah blah blah. But anytime Tara says something or I say something, you all lump us together like Stitches and Tara from the circus, and we're not in a relationship. We're not married. We're living in the same house. You say stuff.
See, now this is where I gotta correct Stitches. You guys been running circus as a side chat. You're doing a drama channel. Okay, you guys are acting as one entity, the circus and the side chat. So you're sitting there and you're saying that they're comparing apples to oranges, but you're not really making the full connection because you and Tara are one and the same. You guys both represent the circus and the side chat. You guys are the host and the co-host. Come on now, seriously.
Shit all the time. I'm not gonna sit here and clarify one single instance for you. She plays shit up when your ass husband over there. That's how much needs slide the fuck to you.
Now, why does he need to be slapped upside the head, Stitches? Why the violence? That I don't get.
That damn gun out, I have me and do that.
So Stitches, I've never said a bad, vile word about Gemma. I don't even have a problem with Stitches. Okay? So I will sit there and talk about it. I had a problem with Tara. We addressed it today.
Oh, so y'all good now?
No, we're not. No, I mean, say it, but you all agree.
Agree to disagree.
No, I said, no, actually, Stitches, no, actually, I said, I do not agree to disagree. I said strong on
Yeah, let me clarify. Me and Sherman lady both agreed to disagree. And Tara was said, no, fuck that.
To silence today.
I ain't agreed to disagree to shit. I stand on what I fucking believe in. And,
Listen, I've got to shut this down, guys. I apologize.
alright.
Yeah, this is about to be over, and I stand on what I believe in too. And I'm telling you right here, as soon as the sun rose today, I can only imagine how fucking loud it is to be in the same room with Tara when she's on the fucking stream. I can only imagine how loud she is. It's like God. Let me see the wind up though, or the wind out. Let me get the very end of it, and then I'll give you my closing thoughts.
Believe in. And,
Listen, I've got to shut this down, guys. I apologize.
yeah.
Wow. Larry,
I appreciate that.
Everybody,
you have a life, Carney.
it happens. It's just a lot.
Thanks for having me up, Carney. All right, I'll take it easy.
All for coming up. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Larry, thank you. You German lady, thank you, PDX. It all makes a show for you people. We'll see you. Oh, no, we won't see you next.
Well, see, now there's the thing. They're wrapping it up, and she's like, "Yeah, it makes a show for you people." Da 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 da. So that's why you keep. That's why you keep bringing them up. You don't like them, but you keep bringing them up because you want the show.
Next week. Until then, we'll keep, seeing what happens in the community.
All right, see you later, gotta go.
Bye.
All right, so they ended it. I'm gonna be out of here within 10 minutes because that'll be 2 hours that I've wasted of my life on this, but it was my choice. But my closing thoughts. So I guess maybe they're gonna have a circus next week or whatever. I didn't know they stopped doing them. Um, I guess they're gonna have a circus next week. So although they don't want the drama, they're gonna talk about the drama. And then the thing of it is with the asylum. In this us and them thing, it's us and them, da 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 da. Well, you know what? When you roll as a group, when you start collecting long enough together as a group, then you're started to look at it as a group, hence the asylum, hence Troll Avenue, hence the boy, hence this, hence that. So regardless of what group you're in, you are going to get the us and them. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but hopefully this will help you. If you're in a group, and I'll just use this as an example, if PDX is talking about, we'll say Kimmy K, and she's saying us and them, she is referring to the group as a whole. Now, if you are, let's say, I don't know if Turtle hangs out with you guys. Let's say if you were Turtle and Kimmy K and PDX are going back and forth, and you hear PDX say them, referring to your group, you probably don't need to take offense to it and get all wound up and in your feelers and stuff like that because it's not directed towards you personally. It's just a general statement. It's okay to make general statements at times. It's okay. So the thing of it is this, I would say that if the asylum existed or whatever, or just learn from your lessons, and if you want drama, have drama. But if there's somebody that you're bringing up for drama, you have to be aware that playing the drama game leaves you open to have exactly what happened to you. And if you're whining about this, you need to go back to troll school or whatever schools you need to go to because back in the day, the quote unquote boy that a lot of people like to hang their moniker on, you wouldn't have survived. Because this is nothing compared to the way it rolled back in the day. You wouldn't have survived. But at any rate, if there's any questions, now's the time to ask them because I'm going to wrap this up in a few minutes and carry on about my day. No, it's Tara from Circus in the side chat. If you make your own storm, you can't cry when it rains. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. I guess in a roundabout way. It's like with this right here, there'll be some people all up in their feelers and stuff like that, and they probably will have something to say about it. And they'll say it, and I'll probably never know it exists or hear it or anything like that because I won't run to see what they say and I won't care. And if it does run across my desk and I see it, I probably still won't care. I mean, it's people on the internet. I'm not that invested. I'm not invested. I couldn't even say that invested because I'm really not invested. I'm just sitting here seeing this stuff and I'm like, this is ridiculous. And I seen it on Luna's because I'd been playing music and playing music and playing music. I was like, all right, let's kill the music for a while. And I don't own a TV, so you're stuck. And that's why they keep watching and go on panels, see how that works. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Listen, I told PDX specifically. I said, listen, back in the day, this is how it rolled with Boyd. And I told her, I said, in your situation that you're in right now, the best thing for you to do is stay in your own lane. Don't go on other people's panels. If you want to interface with your friends or whatever, go on your friends' panels or have them come to your panels, but don't go interfacing on other people's panels. I told her that. I'm gonna have to watch this from the start, Boris, and see if you drag me for filth. Well, I'll save you some time, Bridget. You don't have to watch this from the beginning. I didn't drag you for filth. Um, we don't necessarily agree eye to eye on every single thing as far as this goes. You do make some good points, some points that have already been in my mind, and I got no problems with you. You've not given me no grief or anything like that. I don't know what your involvement is with PDX. That's why I just kind of stayed away from it. I'm just commenting on what I'm seeing and hearing, and I think it's all nonsense. No, I like Bridget. She's good people. I'm not saying that she's not. So, and I've seen where people have thrown shit around about her too, but the reality of it is, and I've said it, I've not seen it. If I seen it, maybe it would make me, change my view a little bit towards her or whatever, but I've not seen it. You can sit there and run your mouth all day long about anybody, but I haven't seen it. If I see it, then that's a different story. I'll end it like this. Yeah, man. Some people know, yeah, man, he goes way back to that and the other. I won't go into great detail, but he got hemmed up in some mess that didn't necessarily cast him in the best light. And although I didn't run around and crucify him for it, and he knows this, we've had this conversation, and we've met in person more than once. Because of that, I was pretty standoffish with him and kept my distance from him. And it was a long time before I let my guard down a little bit and seen that, yeah, that what happened was an isolated incident that he got hemmed up on. It really wasn't his fault, and the character that was painted out for him is not necessarily his true character. But it took a couple of years before I was even willing to meet up with him. He's a good guy. And no, it is wrong to go real life. You shouldn't be doing that. But for whatever reason, people do, and sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire. So if you want to troll and jihad with somebody, you got to keep in mind whatever you do to them, you better be willing to have that done to you and roll with it. Something funny happened the other day, though. Nobody knows about this. Uh, but something funny happened the other day. I had to make some phone calls and I was looking for a telephone number, and I had it on a piece of paper that I had other numbers wrote on, and I wasn't paying attention. I started dialing the number, and as soon as I dialed the number, I realized I was calling Arizona. It was Cat Klein's phone number, and she's dead. But I quickly hung up. I'm like, holy shit. But with that, we're at 119 minutes, so 120 is 2 hours, and I'm gonna get out of here, get something to eat, maybe take me a little nap, finish putting my canned food away. Just I don't have no room for it. I got to figure out where I'm going to put it because I got so much food. But anyways, y'all have a good one. Thanks for coming out and watching this. And anybody that watches this, that you get all up in your feelings or whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean to you when I say this, but don't even waste your breath on me, honestly, because I really am irrelevant and I'm not going to pay attention to it anyway. So, with that being said, I hope all's well. Give Maxie a chewy for me. Maxie, tell Mama give you a chewy. If you can hear me, tell your mama you need a chewy and you need to go to the park. You need to park in a chewy. Maxie needs a chewy. Come get a chewy, Maxie. I hope I got you, Bridget. All right. Y'all take it easy. I'll talk to you later.